Hey guys, Chris here from ASM Sports. We're in the ASM Sports office today and we're next to Alex Corbisiero's rugby shirt back from the World Cup when he played for England. In that, Alex is also working away, not Mr. Corbs, this is Griffo. Hello guys. What's up, man? So we're just here in the office on Friday. I'm going to be heading down now to Fort Lauderdale to go meet with Corbs because he is in town to play against Miami Sharks. Corbs works for the San Diego team. Alex, isn't one of our players playing for them? So he should be there. Do you have his number? Text him, he'd be at the hotel they're staying at. I'll go meet James as well. Oh, double whammy. Text James, mate. I'll see them both there. Oh, wait, okay, this is going to be a good vlog. Let's see this. Today is a rugby vlog. I'm off to Florida. Not Florida, I'm in Fort Lauderdale. All right, mate. Right, so we're going to get elevator, get in the car, drive down to Fort Lauderdale, go meet Corbs and James. I forgot James plays him. He's one of ASM's own clients for rugby. We placed him over here in the States. And then he worked for us for an internship for a bit. And then we got him into the San Diego team. So small world. Let's go down to Fort Lauderdale.
Vlogging, we're live, mate.
We're back again.
Reunited.
5 years later.
Reunited.
NIL for rugby. What's your thoughts on it?
I think there's a lot of potential. I think as rugby keeps growing, especially collegiately, I think it's only going to open up more doors. I think probably if I was going to guess, I think the women's side with Title IX and success of the varsity programs in the women's rugby, and then you equate that to the success of like Alona Mar and those sort of commercial beasts that are now coming out of the women's game. I think that there's a lot of potential that there's going to be a lot more sort of sponsorship opportunities in that area. And also I think she's just inspiring a whole generation of content creators and how they'll create content, which I think will become marketable and grow women's rugby more. From the men's side, I think we've got to be a bit more creative.
I mean, the World Cup's coming here.
And I think that's one of the pathways. Right? And I also think as MLR grows, as collegiate rugby grows and becomes a real funnel into that from, it's only been the draft's been about 4 years or so from memory, maybe more. Right. And it's still growing and you're starting to see draft picks be effective. As that model keeps changing and the top product grows and you funnel into a World Cup and the growth after, I think there's probably a fair bit of potential. Ooh, almost lost you, but we're back. A fair bit of potential for NIL opportunities. I think you've just got to find the right touch points in the sport, and for me it's a no-brainer that as rugby's going to grow, it's going to grow. And I do think with the World Cups here in 2031 and 33, you've got a path to growth and a trajectory of somewhere where real ad dollars and is going to be spent. It's probably right now more specific to the brand. Do you know what I mean? That it's a targeted area or a targeted demographic that they would see the upside in the rugby player.
That's what I think that's what we need to figure out. Like with our connections in the rugby world and the brands, like we should be at the forefront of that.
100%. And I think you just got to, like, the product's got to be elevated too. So you're starting to see these collegiate championships really coming together. We're promoting them on the Rugby Network. Our college corner of stuff we do on the Rugby Rundown, the show I do with Will Hooley, is some of our most watched content. So there's definitely a market growing there. And I think as we keep...
What if we could tie it in with that? Like, what if we could go to brands, do a deal where it's like we get the kid, get him on the show, brand awareness, tie that in sponsorship of the show.
Absolutely. Or they title sponsor one of the events that then sponsors the players or the content created or... But I think that's probably...
We need to put our breads together.
Brainstorming. We need to put our heads together.
Put our breads
I don't know if you want to go together in this head, mate. It's pretty big. You might bounce off.
Lots of ideas in there.
Yeah, and it doesn't turn off. So just careful what you wish for. There's a big electricity bill at the end of the month. Yeah. There's always ideas funneling out, but the application is where I need people like you. No, but I think that I think, like, honestly, yes, like, and there already are brands reaching out, and I think it's just at the moment it's a bit more fringe, but I think it's only going to grow. Do you know what I mean? And I think content creation and really the way that the American market for rugby is appealing is if you can find some way that it is part of the amalgamation of everything. So if it's something that all USA Rugby touches, it's actually quite a big market. Do you know what I mean?
I forgot to tell you, there's a company, they're actually in California. I think they're in San Diego. I've got to connect you to.
Yeah.
They invest in athletes for NIL.
Yeah.
So they do all sports. So they'll give an athlete between 30 to 100K for...
It's like the rights to their NRL, like to promote
proportion,
them. Yeah.
But then they can use that cash to help build them.
Yeah.
That could be something you could look at doing.
100%. With rugby, I think there's obviously other sports as well.
I think it was this one, though.
Yeah, Oakland Park was the road. Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah.
No, I think it was.
But I think like for me with rugby, like where I think you have a strong market in the US is when you can literally get the whole community. Like if you can find something that all the rugby fans in America are into, then you've actually got quite a big fan base.
Yeah.
You've got a couple like millions of people at least. So those are like where it becomes like if you can be clever there. Like that's where Alona Mar has just grown her individual fan base and tapped into the whole Rugby American fan base, that she's just created this super fan base sort of thing of, you know, everyday people that don't know rugby, and then if you do know rugby, you definitely know her and love her. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe we should hit her up and see if she can collab with us.
100%, but she's not cheap. Put it that way.
We're not cheap.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying we just might have to go get a big sack of NIL cash somewhere.
We'll find it.
Yeah.
We're good at that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's keep brainstorming.
100%. 100%. Always up
See you
for it.
guys later.
Take it
Bye.
easy. Bye.